think this is what they call resting beak face. Not just one, but 3. Look at them, terrifying things looming over the horizon of what I assume is Bird Island in this Angry Birds Islands, which is a game that's been soft launched in Japan. It's been out for a couple of weeks now, but I've only just decided to take a look at it because I thought it was a bit ropey at first and it seems to have settled down now. What's it all about? Well, you've got an island. Both the birds and the pigs have been thrown together in order to try and complete a series of quests, explore the island, and mostly make stuff. This is a little bit crafty, so I have made a couple of blocks here which I need to build a fence to keep the monsters out. I'm going to complete that, and then look, I get cash, I get kudos, and I get a level up and some fish, and I can build a kitchen, and look at all this great stuff. So there you go, there's one thing completed. Now I can get some more materials to help build a town. Need to grab that. Also, I need to make another rock. In order to make a rock, however, I need to get some stuff. Specifically those 2 ori looking things there, the orange stuff. But if I need to get the orange stuff, I need to go to another place in order to get it. Tap on my friends to make new friends. Must I? Must I really? I'm still in the early stages of the game, so I'm getting this intro tutorial business. Always play as recommended. Recommend my friends. Yep, alright. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't know anyone in Japan. But cool. I'll make friends with this guy. Why not? I've got a friends tab, and I'm not gonna use it much at all. Angry Birds have been pretty much everywhere at this point. Every possible genre you can imagine. You've had kart racers and RPG style battlers and physics puzzlers and a game which was almost a little bit like air hockey at one point. It's so many different transformations to cover pretty much every base and every genre. There's an Angry Birds flavor for everyone. At least that's what they want. Whether it's successful or not is a completely separate matter. And this one hasn't been released to the world yet, so they're still in the testing phase. As far as I'm concerned, it's got that, Clash of Clans, old-fashioned, buildy, basey, make resources, yada, 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 that has become a very successful formula for a few people, for your Game of War or War of Fire of Ages of... You know the ones. All of those games are a bit like Clash of Clans, but not quite. Let me go back here. The most action we've had in this game so far is when you actually go out and do some proper mining. So you jump to different islands around this cluster, and then you send out your pigs, who are essentially your little slave dudes, and they go out and do the actual mining. If I go here, you can see that here's the world, as it will be unlocked as you play through the game. You have to get quite high levels to access some of them. But if I want to go to the Southern Forest, for example, I can take a certain number of people with me. I've got my little piggies here. I've pretty much brought all of them with me, so lumberjack pigs, and a few miners and a fisherman, so that's great. We're going to start. And then we jump to another area, and this is where I can gather some of the resources I've required to make that block I showed you near the beginning. I can use gold to remove clouds to unmask levels, so the fog of war can be removed. Here we go, tap the button with cash. But that's only once you hit a certain level. That was blocked off to me until I hit level 4. But now I'm there, so it's all good. And this is the area. Now, the thing itself, I can move around. This little cart that I'm... Bird being dragged by a little slave piggy. And what you do is you can either do this by hand, where I tap on an item and a pig flies out, or I can just go, piggy dispatch! And they kind of all rush out of my cart towards, well, whatever needs to be got. So here, I've got some ore that needs to be mined, so I'm going to dispatch my piggies, my miner piggies. And there you go, they set to work. Now when they're done, I can either tap on the resource like a Clash of Clans, or I can blow a whistle, that's also in the bottom right hand corner, and that summons them all back to the cart, back to the homestead. Because you can see there's loads of wood that can be chopped down. I don't think I've got any piggies left. Oh no, 1 or 2. Hang on, here we go. That's it, no more lumberjacks in the cart, so that's all the work that is done. Now if I kind of zoom out a little bit, actually this is as far as you can zoom out, you can see that I've uncovered most of this island now. But this is just one of several. And as you push through the game, you'll get access to more resources. I've seen some people do some later levels, so I sort of know what it looks like a little bit. But whether you're going to warm to this one, I think will very much depend on your fondness for your Clash of Clans style stuff, your resource gatherers. If this floats your boat, and everyone has been, since Minecraft, getting very into, here we go, 8 materials acquired, boom, the whole resource management thing because they know it works for them. People like just going around and making stuff, chopping down a tree, getting a bit of wood, turning that wood into a bed or a fire or whatever it is you want to construct. That sense of creating your own thing from the ground up. People love it. No piggies have finished harvesting. So, having gathered those bits, what I can then do is I can jump back via the world map here, bottom right hand corner, back to my town. And I've already built a few things at home. So I've got areas where I can store all my stuff. You'll see the items pop up here. Here we go. Bum, bum. Yeah, lovely. That's all stashed away in my cache. And then you can go to the storage level here. Expand if you want to. Down here we've got the place where you can actually build stuff. So I can drag this down here. I've now got enough ingredients. So as you can see, all I needed was 2 of those things to build it. And then that will be built in the space of a minute. I can speed it up with gems because, this is how this works. Once that's built, I can go here and I can use it to complete this quest, which will give me rewards, open up other quests, and so on and so forth. This one, I need to... let me see. I've got enough... In fact, I can do the firewood. Let's do that. See if I can build firewood. That's my material warehouse. Aha! Here we go. I need to build this. So there you go. That'll take 3 minutes to knock up. And whilst all that's going on, I guess you look at things you can build. So for example, I can build a kitchen. That'll cost 100. I just drag it out onto the field here. Bam. And it drops and they start assembling it. And then we've got the friends list if you want to. You've got a shop where you can spend money on other gems in order to speed everything up a little bit. And everything you complete just adds to the experience. It's in the top left-hand corner here. You can see where I pointed at it. And you just ascend through the levels. And look, if I just zoom out, you can see... This is my home island there with the scary... Oh, they're over here as well. More scary faces up in the icy hills. So, it's very polished, as you can see. It's actually made in conjunction with another studio other than Rovio. It's made up of numbers, I think. I can't remember the exact name of it. But it's not necessarily Rovio's in-house production team. They have ported this out to another developer to help them out here. And... I can see that it's as slick as you would expect from a Rovio Angry Birds product. I've said it before, they don't really make ropey games with loads of bugs in because, they're a very accomplished developer who've got plenty of resources of their own. They don't need to sit around hacking down trees to make a bit of ore. They are Rovio and they can do what they want whenever they want. 7 seconds, 6, 5. Is this what people like about these games? The countdown. Oh, it's so exciting. Look at you. And then, boom, I've got a block. Look at that. I got some stars for my experience there, and now I can complete this quest. Oh, look at that. Got me cash. Chucked up more experience for the level boost there. Now what do we need? We need some fish. And to sell some fish, I also need to... it can be crafted in the kitchen. Good job too, because I just built a kitchen for precisely that purpose. Fish. Yeah. Now we're talking. So I can knock up some fishies. That's pretty much the size of it. You can see it looks the part. Whether you want to do all this craft 'em up stuff in the Angry Birds universe depends on whether you like that sort of thing. But it all works. It's all very accessible and colourful and neatly presented. And, what can you say, really? So if you wanted to get it, you would have to be in Japan or have access to the Japanese App Store. However, it will of course go worldwide at some point and we'll let you know when it does. But in the meantime, Angry Birds Islands. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe. Bye.